In this video, we're going to talk about some advanced modifier options that we can set. Let's take a look at what we have so far. Under our sub sandwiches, we set up a number of modifiers. We've got a modifier group for bread, and we've also got one for toppings. First thing we want to look at is if I actually say done modify, it will take our order without putting any modifiers on there. We don't want to do this. Since this is actually a sandwich, we want them to select one of the breads that are out there. We can also select several different breads, and we can select several different breads several different times. Again, we don't really want to do this. Since you're ordering a sandwich, you really only want one type of bread. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this up so that it forces us to select one of these two and will allow us to select only one of these two. Another thing that we want to look at is under the toppings. If we select our toppings, we'll notice that they all come up with charges on them. And that's probably what you want to do for this instance, but for demonstration purposes only, we're going to set this up so that the first two toppings will come out without a charge, and the remaining toppings will be charged. So let's take a look at how we do this. From the main screen, we're going to go into All Setup and then Menu Setup. Go into the menu categories. And since we've got our modifier set on the category level, we're going to click the modifier button right here. Under the breads, we're going to hit this edit button. That'll take us to the advanced options of the modifiers. The first thing that we're going to look at is this first checkbox here that says Forced Modifier. Defaulted to this is unchecked. We're going to check that. And what that will do is it will force the server to actually select one of the modifiers within that group. The second checkbox down, Allow Multiple Values. Defaulted is checked. We're going to uncheck that so that it will only allow us to select one of the modifiers in the group. We're going to hit the Save button at the bottom, and that will save those changes. For the toppings, again, we're going to go into the Edit button. This time we're going to go all the way to the bottom. There's a whole bunch of different options that we can set over here. The first one, maximum number of free modifiers allowed. We can set this to 2 so that the first 2 modifiers are free, but it's also setting a maximum, meaning that it will only allow us to enter 2 modifiers. It will not allow us to enter the third modifier in there. This has its uses, but in this case this isn't what we're looking for. Included amounts and included amounts for size 1 through 6. This is a little bit different. This is what you'll use if you have modifiers that have different prices on them. For example, a pizza may have charge 50 cents for a vegetable topping and double that, $1 for a meat topping. So if you wanted to give two modifiers for free, instead of giving a quantity of 2, you would give a dollar amount of $1, so that if somebody ordered 2 vegetables, they would each come up 50 cents free, or one meat topping at $1 would come up free. Again, this is not what we're looking for in this instance, so we're just going to set that back. All the way at the bottom, we've got number of free modifiers. This is what we're going to set. We're just going to set it to 2. And what this will do is it'll give us a number of 2 modifiers that will be free. Let's test this. I'm going to save that and just get back to the main screen. If we now go in to order one of our subs, if we hit done at the bottom, first thing we get is a indication that bread is required. So this modifier group is now forced. It's forcing us to actually enter one of these. So if we select wheat, it comes up. If I select white, we'll notice that white is now checked and it's switched from wheat to white. So it'll allow us to change these, but it'll only allow us to select one of these. Under toppings, if we select lettuce and onions, we'll notice that they are coming up without a charge. If I select onions again, the third modifier is now being charged, and everyone after that will be charged. For more videos on advanced modifier functions, visit our website at bankcardpos.com.